Now, there are many ways in which you can receive down payment monies or closing costs so you can buy a home. And in this video, we're gonna go over about 5 to 8 of those and break it down so you know what options are available to you when you go to buy a home. So if that's something that interests you, please stick around, get a notepad, save this video for later so you can come back to it and refer to these various programs when you're looking to buy a home. Now, before we get into the meat of this video, I want to say thank you to those who continue to rock with me. I greatly appreciate you. And if this is your first time on the channel, I am Sir Ashley. I am a realtor and an investor here in the Carolinas. And on this channel, we talk about real estate and personal finance. Now, this channel is not for everyone. It's not for those who want to be average. I have never strived to be average, and I don't want to talk to those. This channel is not designed for those who want to be average. This channel is designed to reach those that want to be above average and to use the struggles and foundation that our generations before us has laid and gone through so we can thrive in our greatness, because we wouldn't be here without their sacrifice and the foundation that they laid. And I don't believe that they struggled and sacrificed for me to be average. So I don't want you to be average, and this channel is not for those seeking to be average. I want you to be above average. If that's you, continue watching. Let's talk about down payment grants and closing cost assistance. The first grant I want to discuss is the National Home Buyers Fund. It is the NHF. Now, the NHF is a nonprofit organization that provides grants and down payment assistance to home buyers throughout the United States. It's not in one specific location, it is throughout the country, and they offer various programs that is designed to help and to assist low to moderate income earners and first-time home buyers. One of the programs offered by the NHF is the HELP Grant, Homebuyer Equity Leverage Partnership Grant, which provides up to 5% of the purchase price in the form of a grant. Now, to put that in perspective, a down payment on an FHA loan is 3.5%, and the down payment on a conventional loan is 5%. So, in theory, you could get all of your down payment and closing costs covered with just this HELP grant from the NHF. Now, to be eligible for the HELP grant, you must meet certain income requirements and credit requirements. That's a given for all of these programs. And one more requirement for the National Home Buyers Fund is that you must use a National Home Buyers Fund approved lender. Now, it's important to understand that this is a national program. I touched on that a little earlier, but depending on your location and region, there's different requirements to partake in the program. So please contact the National Homebuyer Fund or a participating lender to learn more about the program, to see what's available in your area. It's free money, so please do the work to get that free money. Secondly, I want to talk about grants from lenders. Now, some lenders may offer grants or down payment assistance to help home buyers with their down payment and closing costs when purchasing a home. These programs may be available to first-time home buyers, low-income buyers, moderate-income buyers. I've seen programs for teachers, nurses, community heroes such as police officers and firefighters, and just buyers in certain geographical areas here in our country. Examples of grants and assistance programs that may be offered by lenders include down payment assistance grants. These grants provide funds to help home buyers with their upfront costs when buying a home, such as down payment or closing costs. They also offer things that is not down payment or closing cost, but a low interest mortgage loans. Now, some of these lenders offer reduced interest rates for first-time home buyers. So if you're scared or trepidatious about buying a home right now because of these interest rates, there are lenders that have grants and down payment assistance that also offer special interest rates, reduced interest rates for first-time home buyers. Another way in which lenders can help is to give closing cost assistance. Some lenders may offer help with closing costs, such as waiving or reducing charges to help home buyers with their upfront costs when purchasing a home. Now, my team and I are working with lenders here in the Carolinas that offer just that. Shocking to me is that many people do not know about these programs, whether national programs or local programs, or even programs that lenders offer that can assist you with closing costs or your down payment. Please share this video with friends and colleagues, put it on your page, just so more people can be aware of the options that are available to us, because there's free money or money that is willing to be given to you if you put forth just a little action. Now, the third grant or program I want to talk about is the Home Path Ready Buyer Program. Now, the Home Path Ready Buyer Program is a home buying program from Fannie Mae. Now, Fannie Mae is one of the two government-sponsored enterprises that back mortgages and buy mortgages from lenders. With this Home Path Ready program, you can get up to 3% of the home's purchase price to help with closing costs. However, you are limited on where you can buy, and your choice is limited to a Home Path property, which is a foreclosed home by Fannie Mae. You also need to complete a home buyer education course. And in this environment right now, I'm not saying this is not a great option, but just know, in this environment we're in right now, there's not a lot of foreclosures taking place. So you may be very limited on the properties available to you if you go through the Home Path Ready program. Now, the fourth program I want to talk about is the Ste A Fund. The Ste A Fund is a down payment assistance program that provides grants to home buyers throughout the United States. This program is operated by the Second Mortgage Agency, and that's a nonprofit organization that is affiliated with a Native American tribe. Like the National Homebuyer Fund, NHF, the Ste A Fund offers a variety of programs to help home buyers with the cost of purchasing a home, including but not limited to down payment assistance grants. But the Ste A Fund also provides low interest rate mortgages. We touched on that a little earlier as well. Programs like the Ste A Fund is designed to make the process of buying a home more affordable and more accessible to the general public. Just last year, only 44% of African Americans owned a home. Compared to Caucasians, that number was 74%. Now, the Ste A Fund is available to all people. You don't have to be Native American or a minority to take advantage of the Ste A Fund. Now, please bear with me. I want to double back to number 2, where there's lenders that provide grants. Yes, there's lenders that provide grants, but there's also banks, large institutional banks that will provide grant money for down payment assistance and or closing costs. And one of these national banks is Bank of America. Bank of America has several different programs that offer grant monies. They have the Community Affordable Home Solution Program, which I did a couple videos on. Please check those out. But there's another program that Bank of America provides that offers up to $17,500 in down payment assistance and closing costs. Yes, the home has to be in a certain geographical area, but I have had several people, my team and I have worked with several people that have used one or the other of the Bank of America programs and has had success in doing so. It allowed them to buy their first home with little to no money out of pocket. $17,500, that's nothing to sneeze at. Another national bank that offers down payment assistance and closing costs is Chase Bank through their Chase Homebuyer Grant. Now, using this home buying program from Chase, the home has to be in a low to moderate income census tract. Now, Chase also offers up to $5,000 to borrowers who are buying a home in a minority Black neighborhood throughout the United States. Now, those funds are typically applied to the closing cost, but they can also go towards your down payment, depending on how the costs shake out. Now, the fifth down payment assistance or grant program I want to talk about is the Good Neighbor Next Door program. Now, while the Good Neighbor Next Door program is technically a forgivable loan, meaning if you stay in the home for a certain amount of time without selling it, that loan will be forgiven. So essentially, if you live in the home, it is free money. And the Good Neighbor Next Door program is typically available to law enforcement officers, teachers, firefighters, and emergency medical technicians. Now, this program is also throughout the United States. And I know I didn't mention it before. Some of you are wondering, how long do I have to stay in the home if I use this program? You have to stay in the home a minimum of 3 years for the loan to be forgiven. Now, in addition to these national programs, I want all of you to look at your state, county, and city to see if there's any local home buyer down payment assistance or closing cost programs that offer you free money. Here in the Carolinas, there are various programs that give anywhere up to $25,000 in down payment assistance. The most common one here in North Carolina gives up to $8,000 in down payment assistance or closing costs. So please do your research. Just type into Google local home buying grants or down payment assistance programs, because I assure you, there are programs available out there. You just need to see if you qualify and meet the eligibility standards. Now, I want to touch on this one as well. If you are relocating to an area, certain locations will give you money to move there. I know it sounds weird, but there are certain states and cities that will pay you up to $10,000 if you move to their city or state. So please look into that before you just decide you want to relocate. See what areas are offering down payment assistance and closing costs for you to live or come to that area to help reduce the monies coming out of your pocket. Now, this video is not over with. I have a few more points I want to share with you, but please subscribe to the channel and save this video. Put it on your watch later or watch list so you can come back and refer to it. Now, the next thing I want to touch on is not a grant. It is a DPA Second Mortgage. That is a down payment assistance second mortgage. It allows you to get financing through a state's housing agency. And what will happen is they will give you a mortgage on the home, a second mortgage, in addition to your lender's mortgage. And if you stay in that home a requisite amount of time, that mortgage will go away. Now, here in the Carolinas, that time frame is typically 5 or 7 years. Now, if you sell the home within the first 5 to 7 years, you will have to pay back a percentage of that loan they gave you. But if you remain in that home or own that home for the required amount of time, you will not have to pay that loan off. Now, that down payment assistance second mortgage is very similar to a forgivable loan, whereas they will give you money. It is a loan, but if you stay in the home the requisite amount of time, that loan will be ultimately forgiven. So when you're doing your research on buying a home and down payment assistance programs, please look up DPA second mortgages and forgivable loans. Those are two options that are often overlooked when you're going to buy a home and looking for different programs and monies available to you. Now, most of these programs that I mentioned in this video do come with minimum credit score requirements. Before you apply to any of these programs, make sure you review your credit report and check your credit score. And once you're ready, apply to these programs. And don't apply to just one. I want you to apply to multiple programs so you can stack and layer these monies on top of each other so you can put yourself in the best position when you're going to buy a home. Remember, this channel is not for everyone. This channel is for those that want to be above average. So in order to be above average, you have to put in the work. That means you might have to do some additional research. You might have to stay up late, even though you're tired, to find out that grant program or that down payment assistance second program. But your sacrifice and putting in the work will be worth it in the end. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Sir Ashley. Talk to you later.